What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Monday Night Nitro. Now, kind of interesting, we just got done coming out of Wrestle Wars, ended in round 2. I just put out a post on the 8 teams, how it all lines up with the individual wrestlers, and all of that. This week, we are going to take a break from Wrestle Wars. We're about halfway through. I mean, we went down from 16 teams to 8. Now we're going to add in the women. So what I've got to do is figure out a way to get that all working. I think I got it down, but we had an opportunity to stream right now. We had an opportunity to put out an episode right now. So I'm like, you know what? Let's take a break. There's a lot of things that is going to go on in Nitro. I don't think I could have packed it all in anyway. So we are going to take a quick break. But it's only going to be this next, then we're going to be right back into Wrestle Wars right after Thursday Thunder. So, but look at this. Brand new people coming in here. JP, welcome to the stream, brother. R2K, what is going on? If you guys haven't checked out R2K's channel, he is going to debut here tonight. Go check him out. Digital Dogs, what is happening, my man? Digital, like the OG of the Bark Squad. Iffy is Melinda Guttierez. She is going to make her debut. This is her wrestler. She is making her debut right off the bat, which is going to be really cool. And Blazed Radio, what is going on, brother? Definitely go check him out. He has got all kinds of stuff going on. You can also see Totes' character and quite a few of your own characters. Witcher, Digital's over there. Matter of fact, me and Digital had I haven't got to see it yet, but me and Digital had a match yesterday. Me and my wife, we had a date day yesterday. It wasn't even planned. Those are the best. So, and we've got water. We have coffee since it's this morning. And always, you know what's in this cup. Nummy. So, that's going to be interesting. But let's get this thing started. Right now we have Melinda Guttierez and Mimi. They are going to kick off our show. The Divas Championship on the line. Rebecca Dawn getting her shot at that. I'm going through doing all the stats, looking at all the previous match cards, and I find out that our 2 top female wrestlers have not wrestled in over 10 episodes. So they are going to face off here right now and get that thing started. Look at that. Digital Dog gifting out memberships. Guys, if you're a member of the channel, you have the opportunity to gift out 10 free memberships a month. Go ahead and do it. Enjoy yourself. Very cool. Gav got one of them. Blaze Radio. I don't know how he does it. I give out memberships and Digital gives them out. So we do about 20 of them. And still, almost 1,100 people, and Blaze somehow almost every time. There's a couple of them, but Blaze almost gets one every single time. Very cool. Vexity, Young Hollywood, Matthew C., Leo Angel. Congratulations on your gifts, on your membership gifts. Very, very cool. Yeah, completely random. There is no way to pick who it's going to be. So definitely something right there. Tag team match. So the women, you know, now they're going to get added back into Wrestle Wars, but we haven't seen a lot of them. But we're going to see something super cool here tonight. I have not seen anybody else do it. And I'm not saying nobody else did it. I'm just saying I've never seen anybody else do it. I've never seen another match. I've never watched another match to it. So if you've done it, you're watching. I've just never seen it. So I'm very excited about what's about to happen. Light heavyweight title, Repentia going to get her shot at TAMMY here tonight. But here's the match. So Jahki going to make his debut. Now, Jay Savage, obviously, Jahki coming from Solo Season Universe, and JP, they wrestle over there, everybody knows, and our world champion. But a fatal 4-way, 4-man table elimination match. I've never seen one. And I learned that you can do up to 5. You can do up to 5 wrestlers in a table elimination match. So that is super cool. Thanks, Blaze. I really appreciate that, brother. Eagle Star gonna get a shot here tonight. Now, you would think the Horsemen, because you're gonna see the next two matches, but 2 of the belts for the Horsemen, so the Horsemen could take quite a hit tonight. But Eagle has a chance here to maybe grab one from the Syndicate. Rated R2K, you saw him. He's in the chat, just like Iffy in the chat. Both of them making a debut here tonight. But R2K getting his shot tonight in his debut match at the television title. And Digital Dogs getting his shot. He's been tearing it up here lately. I don't know who won the match in Blaze last night. I've got to go back and watch it today, but just kind of had this opportunity to do this. I'm like, man, we got to get this done. So, but this is a huge thing for Digital. We are going to put the Universal $1 Million Championship on the line, and Digital going to get his shot to get involved in the Universal scene. So, very cool. Big shot here tonight, so we will see exactly how that goes. But let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's get this thing rolling, and let's see what happens here tonight. Melinda Guttierez making her debut against Mimi, the current Women's WCW Special Series Outlaw Champion. That belt not on the line, but this is the first time anybody has seen Melinda Guttierez. So going to be very, very interesting. We don't even quite know the style of Melinda, but going to find out here tonight. Going up one of the more iconic wrestlers that we've had in our Universe Mode, Mimi, one of the OG original members way back in the day, has been with us since season 1. So this is going to be a great match, and what a great way to get a WCW career started than getting in the ring with Mimi.
And representing the Order from Sin City, the WCW Women's Underground Internet Champion, May.
You know, yesterday, too, I also redesigned the 8-man tag team title belts. I don't know which one I like more. So, it's uploaded right now in Community Creation, so go check that out. Use the hashtag Totes. That's hashtag TOTES. So, use that in Community Creations. You can see I think we have over 45 title belts. We have almost 80 created wrestlers. Every created wrestler you see is on Community Creations. That's in our WCW Universe. So go check that out. All you got to do is use the hashtag Totes. But look at this. Melinda getting started right away. And I think we figured out real quick what kind of style she is going to have. It looks like she is definitely more of a power, more of a striker style. We'll see if that holds true moving through the match. But Mimi, much of the same, and Mimi the only female we have, and the very first person that we ever had with a mohawk. And if you're wondering if that's real, in real life, Mimi has that mohawk. So it's very important to her. She said, if I'm going to be a part of the deal, I got to make sure the mohawk is with me because that's what I got. So it's funny, Mimi probably one of the more interesting characters. If I had a top 10 list of the subscribers I wanted to meet, Mimi would definitely be on that. So for sure. that is what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, me and Blaze talk quite a bit, me and Solo talk. I don't care about winning and losing so much as putting on the show. If we put on a barn burner, that's what it's all about. It's all about the entertainment. And that's what's so funny about Totes in this universe right now, on the role that he's on, the championship run that he's on. You guys know, like, Totes typically, he might win a championship, but he does not hold on to him. So, and to be fair, it's holding up a lot of storylines as well. So, very interesting. But we'll have to see what's going on. What is going on, Sentinel? Welcome to the stream, brother. But look at these two going back and forth. Now, the one thing with Mimi that you got to watch out for is Mimi, at the end of the day, will try to embarrass her opponents. She has got a pinning maneuver that I'm like, no way. But look at that. We've seen her win on that move. Rolls up the leg. 2, 3. And Mimi comes away with the win.
Here is your winner, May.
It's very interesting, though. You look at these two wrestlers. They have the same, I don't know how to say it, but they have the same, come on, Totes, you can do it. No, they got the same type of goal in the ring. They have the same, at the end of it, the same style of wrestling, but they have a very different way of getting there. So it's very interesting. I don't think this is going to be the last time that we see these two hook it up. But still, Melinda Guttierez, welcome to the WCW debut match here tonight. Now, here's another one. So we've seen Rebecca Dawn and Witcher fighting it out forever, right? Becky going after the bike. She would get one up. Witcher would come back. She would get 17 up.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's International Championship.
And guys, on the for real, if you don't know what Iffy just said, one, thank you for your service from one vet to another. I know Blaze is also a vet. I was in the Army. Iffy, Devil Dog, that is a Marine. So, yeah, we have a lot of vets on the channel. So, really appreciate all you guys and what you guys are doing. What is going on, Witcher sister? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, we saw the match between, or the epic saga, really, between Witcher and Becky. I mean, this spans over multiple seasons, finally coming to a head. So it's really interesting to see moving forward how it's going to be. Right now, Witcher kind of more in the back, making some moves, doing some stuff, getting ready for Wrestle Wars. And also, right now, the men's faction of the Bikers on the brink of extinction. So they have one more shot to get out of it. We don't know who they're going to face, but we will find out at the conclusion of round 3. It'll be just like it was in round 2. We will see who they're going to be facing off against, the loser of that match during the very next time we step into the Wrestle War arena. The loser of the finale, that is who's going to be facing off against the Bikers, and both of those groups fighting for survival. So again, a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of stuff that you can get into when you're looking at Wrestle Wars, but there is a price to be paid. You can't be the bottom team. The bottom team is exterminated. To the victors go the spoils, but the bottom team is out. So you really got to think about it when you're going into that. Do you want to put your faction on the line? Now, I don't know of a faction that wouldn't want to do it, because all the factions obviously think they're the best. But that is how it is. Double champion, though, here tonight, Jane. Half of the Universal Women's Champions with Angela Starr. And now also the Diva, the Universal Divas Champion, which is like our $1 million championship on the male side.
Introducing the challenger from Virginia, Repentia. And her opponent from Leeds, England, the Universal Women's International Champion. And one half of the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Legend Killer, Jane.
So most of you know who Jane is. I didn't realize. I thought you were a vet as well, Blaze. That says something. I don't get fooled very often. But yeah, no, absolutely. For most of you guys know who Jane is, but for those that don't, Jane and me used to, and hopefully will again, schedules aren't working out right now, but we used to have our own show, Fun with Totes and Jane, where we would play video games and do whatever. So yeah, Jane, a huge part of our channel right now. I believe she's on vacation with her family, which is very cool. I saw a picture on Facebook, so hope she is having fun out there. But right now in the ring, she is going to have her hands full with Becky. And if you guys don't know who Becky is, that is Sentinel's wife. So Jane getting off to a fast start. We haven't seen a lot of Jane in the ring as of late, but looking like she doesn't have a whole lot of ring rust. And then Becky needing a little bit of time off. We've seen her a couple times, but again, after that match, after that series of matches with Witcher, kind of took them to the limit. Same thing with Witcher. Haven't seen a lot from her, but she has had her hands full setting up some things, and we've seen her make some big moves, even on the men's side, bringing in Sawyer. And another person. Little bit of a surprise tonight, but it does look like she is starting to get the bikers off the ground on the women's side as well. So definitely going to have to see how that is all going. What is going on? Rowdy, welcome to the stream, brother. You are also wrestling here tonight. No Wrestle Wars no Wrestling War implications tonight or on Thursday Thunder. So on Nitro Thunder, again, we're going to kind of take a breather. A lot has been going on with Wrestling War, so going to take a quick breather. Going to just get back to a couple of shows. Going to test out some of the matches, some new matches, making some debuts here tonight as well. 3 wrestlers. Melinda already making her debut here tonight. But Becky, so Jane started off really quick in this match. Now Becky getting it turned back around. And this is one of those typical matches where, and we talked about this with Mimi. Now, Mimi didn't do the nonchalant pin, but it's funny, the women in the Order of the Phoenix typically have nonchalant style pins that do. Now, she missed it the first time, hits it this time. Jane probably not expecting her to do it again, because after the first time, it did miss. But Becky gets in the ring. Jane, gonna show you right here why she is the Universal Champion. Plays a little bit of mind games, a little ring around the rosies. Becky seeing the pocket full of posies. Gets thrown into those stairs. And Jane on the outside of the ring now trying to equalize. Now we say it just so that you realize You cannot win the title on the outside of the ring. You cannot win the title on a countout. You can win the match, but you cannot win the title. The title will not change hands. So Becky, if she wants this title, has got to be thinking about that. And obviously she went to throw Jane in the ring. Jane reverses it back around. And this is typically the start of it. Jane taking her downtown. Gonna grab the leg. 1, 2. But that is usually what sets up her finisher. The last dance of Mary Jane. And she was going for it, but Becky a little bit quicker. And I think Becky realizes it right now. So now gets her, throws her into the corner, brings her back around, trying to get her into a submission hold. Jane fighting through it. Little Hurricane Rana for your troubles. And now Jane, as she's setting up, looking like she might do it. Here it is, the last dance of Mary Jane, and she's gonna try it. Nonchalant pin. 1, 2, 3. And that is exactly what the Order of the Phoenix does. Melinda not allowing that to happen to her, but it happening to Becky tonight. So Becky getting her shot tonight, but Jane showing you that even though we haven't been seeing her maybe on the TV spot, she is still keeping up with her regimen. She is still making sure that she is in ring shape and comes in here tonight and defends the Universal Divas Women's Championship. It is. I'm telling you, the Order of the Phoenix, very nice ladies, but they've got a mean streak in them, and you see it when it comes down to time to pin some people. Now, right now here tonight, no titles on the line, but the greatest Universal Champion we've ever seen, Shyanne Davis, and one of the greatest overall champions, and the greatest world champion, the greatest WCW world champion in Ozzy, actually set the record. Totes has tied it with the Universal, or with the WCW US title belt, but Ozzy has set it 11 straight title defenses with the world title before losing it. So these two girls on another level.
Following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the Outlaws from the Queen City, the phenomenal one, Oxley.
Yeah, my daughter had a very similar thing. Ended up, first day she drove, got in an accident, not a bad one, but the car was trashed. It was a 12-mile-an-hour accident. But, yeah, so it took her a while again before she wanted to get in the car. It was just traumatic. And it wasn't her fault. She rear-ended somebody, but it still wasn't her fault. We have a weird light. I said it for years, and it just odd. What are the odds on day one she ends up getting in a wreck because of what I said at that light? Weird. Weird. Yeah, one more time to kill the pain. Hell yeah. And Jane is known as our legend killer. She is known as the legend killer. So she has won some big matches.
And representing the NWO from St. Louis, Missouri, the Universal Women's World Champion and the Ring of Women's All-Star Champion, the Extreme Shy Girl, Davis.
So we haven't seen Shyanne Davis since she won the Queen of the Ring. Now what is crazy about that, it was against Ozzy, and Ozzy was a former TSW, this is way back in the day, Queen of the Ring. But the very first WCW Queen of the Ring. Now the tournament will never go that way again. Now we're going to pick 8 women, we'll pick 8 men. they'll fight it out that way. Wrestle Wars will be the time where everybody gets to fight it out. But the initial, very first thing, all the women and all the men had a shot at winning it. Recon Delta comes out on top for the men. Shyanne Davis comes out on top for the women. So, very cool tournament. Now, yeah, we're in Wrestling Wars, taking a couple episode break, but anytime these two get in the ring and it goes back and forth, we have seen Ozzy win this match, we have seen Shyanne win this match, but because we haven't seen either one of them in singles action in over 10 episodes, it was time. So just getting them both in the match, getting them both knocking off the ring rust. And remember, the women now are getting added in to Wrestle Wars, so their Wrestle Wars will start on the very next Monday Nitro as well. There are no pet spiders or no pet snakes in my house. No way. Matter of fact, I got things. The Bark Squad kills all those things. I had one snake enter my yard one time. The dogs killed him. My wife's like, "Get the dogs." I'm like, "No. This is why we got them." Look at the disrespect, Shyanne Davis. Now you expect this stuff from the NWO, and she is delivering it. She has been our only Universal Champion in Season 5, and now our only Universal Champion in Season 6. Ozzy, for a while, was the same way with the WCW Women's World title. She was the only champion for the longest time. Now, we have had a couple. Somebody used some sneaky tactics. We thought she would use that rematch clause to go right back into it, but she made it very clear she's got some other things, and then ended up forming a tag team with Becky, who we just saw in the last match. And I think part of that is Jane has been our only Grand Slam champion on the Universal level, where she has won every single one of the titles. And look, she's back in there again, acting like a mom. She's gonna get that nose. Like, whoop, got your nose. But still, very disrespectful. We have seen the women, and I think the women are showing us that they are tired of not being in this ring, and they're like, "Let me show you, we can put on shows too." And to be fair, the women put on crazy good shows. I said this, I think, last time. I could have a completely separate program with nothing but our female wrestlers, and I think it might even outdo our normal shows. These women know how to wrestle. Now, we know this. That is usually one of the preludes, and here it is, 8-second ride incoming. Oh, but Ozzy remembers the 8-second ride. Just happened a little bit ago. She ducks it, but Shyanne stays on the offense. And that is another move. Another move. We were just getting ready to say Shyanne can end your night in 3 moves. It was that move that she missed. It was the one move that she hit. And now Ozzy's setting up. Oh, thought she was going to do it. Hits her with the somewhere over the rainbow, but look at this. You can never put it above Ozzy not to try to get a pin. She wants to win it anyway, but there we go. From somewhere over the rainbow now to the yellow brick road. Grabs the leg. 2, 3, and you don't get up from those 2 consecutive moves. So Ozzy getting a measure of revenge here tonight. So in the last match, we saw Shyanne beat Ozzy for the Queen of the Ring, but Ozzy here tonight on Nitro getting that revenge. And if anything, probably good for the psyche. You know what I mean? You lose. And again, you're talking about those are the two of the greatest female champions that we've ever had. And you get beat, like you're one of them, you get beat by the other one. That has still got to play with your head just a little bit. You know what I mean? So good that she got the win here tonight. Probably her head back on, both of them really, knowing that either one can beat either one. Now, you're looking at the current WCW Women's Champions on the right, and on the left, the former WCW Women's Champions. No title belt on the line in this particular match, but after losing the tag team title belts, Judge Julie Justice went on to win the WCW Women's World Championship. So that is what she has around her waist right now, your current top dog in WCW, the Women's World Champion. You know, I'll tell you a funny story about a female Marine that I once knew. I've never had...
Contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the WCW Women's World Champions, the Authority.
We're at a kind of a makeshift pop-up thing. This is in Iraq. Wars going on. But they used to have these connexes that would pop up, and it'd be like a PX, so you could buy some chips or some deodorant or some whatever. Wasn't a lot of stuff, but you could buy whatever. We rarely ever got to see them. I was in a combat unit. Like, we were out kicking down doors. We're doing the things, right? But we're at one of these places, and we go in. We're getting some stuff. And a female Marine walks in. She walks up to me, does this number, says, "Damn," and walks off. I was like, I said, "Did you guys see that?"
And their opponents, the WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Faces of Fear.
I was like, "Did you guys see that?" And my buddies were like, "Yeah." They're like, "You gonna do something about it?" I'm like, "No, I'm a little scared. Like, I've never seen something quite that bold. Female Marines, fearless, fearless." Yeah, you know, I've often thought about like just doing. It's hard. It's not that I won't talk about them. I will. But if I'm around other vets and we're talking about it, it's very interesting. Some of the stories. And the stories that we tell, it's probably not even the ones you think like, "Oh yeah, I shot the guy and I did the thing." That's never even the stories we talk about, whether that happened or not. It's typically the other things. The things that people I don't think would find funny, but you'll hear vets laughing about it. It's definitely different. Here we go. So the former world champs facing off against the newly formed, and this is only their second match together as a team. Their first match together as a team, they won the WCW World Championship. So Miss Nightmare been around for a hot minute. Alana Davis was around in the beginning. Ends up leaving, don't know exactly where she went, but now comes back and brought whatever that knowledge is with her, steps in the ring with Miss Nightmare for one match, pins her, and the two of them decide to form a tag team. Kind of interesting story on how the other team forms as well. Judge Julie Justice, one of the original members of the Four Horse Women 2.0 version, when they break up, she ends up decides to tag up with Victoria Van Diver, who is a former world champion herself, not in WCW. We've only had 3, but in our universe mode. And so they team up, and then they go on, they start winning tag team gold, and now starting to find that success again individually. So very interesting. I'll tell you another funny story. This is in training. This has to do with, like, in training, I only ever got killed in training with the Miles gear or with whatever one time. One time. And I say that to say this. I was in a division where we tested experimental things. And so I get a call one day. They're like, Sergeant D, I need you to take the Humvees down, go down to this location and sit in a field and defend yourself. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, we've already got the Humvees outfitted with the Miles gear. Put on the Miles gear, go down there. That's like high-tech lasers, right? High-tech laser tag. They're like, and go out there, you sit in the middle of the field somewhere between the time of 8 a.m. in the morning and 8 a.m. the next day. Something is going to attack you. Defend yourself. That's all they told me. And I was like, all right. So we get out there. We're sitting out in the middle of the field. I'm looking around. I'm like, you can't even defend yourself here. Now, most guys, and I've seen it, most guys would have sat there really and got lit up and died. Been like, well, you told me to sit in the middle of the field. So I set up these camo nets that are radar reflecting. One, because we're in Texas and I need some shade. But two, just to give us kind of a chance. Look at the move on that. Judge Julie Justice showing you why she's the world champion. But remember, though, Miss Nightmare, former Universal champion. Anyway, I don't know what they're testing, but to let you know what they were testing, they are testing the Apache longbow. So way all around me, there are hills. And it's nighttime now. I can't see nothing. I can't hear nothing. I got guys on guard. We got guys up on the guns. Nothing. No Miles gears going off. All of a sudden, I finally hear these helicopters, and I'm like, I don't even know if that's a real thing. I said, hey, guys, let's wait. Hold, light them up. And so we kill them. It is the thing that was supposed to be coming. Their lights are flashing and going off. Look at this, Alana. Grab it. Only a one count, though. Their lights are flashing. All these Humvees drive up, and they're like, who is in charge here? And I was like, this guy. They're like, the general wants to talk to you. What? The general's like, Sergeant, what were your orders? I said, I was told to go out in the middle of this field, sit there and defend myself. Nobody told me what was coming. He goes, well, we've run this test a bunch of times and nobody has ever survived because nobody's ever put up camo nets. It wasn't like some crazy thing. I said, well, sir, I make a habit, even in combat or even in training, of not dying. They tried to kill us again. And I was told to sit there, so I had my guys go off into the tree line. I let the vehicles sit there. They came in, they blew up the vehicles, but no people were there. And then I shot them down again with our shoulder, rifles, M16s, couple AT4s, simulators. But yeah, I'm not a fan of dying. So whether it's whatever, but it serves you well. We get into Iraq. I took 129 guys in. I brought 129 guys home. So, crazy. Oh, is that going to be it right there? No. Atlanta Davis gets in. But yeah, it's almost like if we could get other vets around and get vets talking back and forth, that's what I want to record. And look at this move. We talk about the height of Victoria Van Diver. That is what makes this move so deadly. she picks you up, and not just by the throat, now she picks you up by your stomach. And then brings you down. So think about that. The weight of the person, it's not even that she's big. She's just tall. Takes you up, brings you back down. It is an absolutely, probably the most devastating chokeslam we've got in the WCW. And that is why those two keep winning championship gold. Absolutely crazy. Right? Yeah. For sure. But yeah, we'd never seen anything like it. So they showed us later what the longbow did. Like, the longbow can actually hide behind the hills, and you can't see them. It's just a ball, and you can't see it typically from the distance. And they can see everything. They pop up, shoot, and they pop back down. So yeah. Didn't beat Totes, though. Just saying. Totes wasn't having it. But here we go, Repentia. I am telling you, we've worked on the moveset. We've seen Tammy in action. Tammy's so far undefeated.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, it is no joke. The women are out for some blood here tonight. But Repentia, we really kind of honed in, and we will do the same with Melinda's. Yeah, greatest accomplishment ever in my military career. It was that. And to top it off, to make it even bigger, we were in the most dangerous area in Iraq the entire time. Over 10 months in what? It's the birthplace of the ID. I was where the ID was born. So roadside bombs, all the stuff, absolutely crazy. Welcome to the stream, Repentia. Good to see you. But we've worked on Repentia's moveset. We're going to do the same for Melinda. Now that I've seen it in action, we're going to tweak and do some things. You look at Tammy, Mastercrafted Caw, right now undefeated and our current light heavyweight champion. But if Repentia gets going, if you can stop her from getting going, if Tammy can keep it on the down low, like keep her from getting things rolling, she'll win, and she'll win fast. Oh, what is on the back of Tammy, though? Tammy looking like she now, too, is a member of the Bikers with her fiance Sawyer. So Witcher starting to pull off some swerves of her own and strengthening the Bikers on the women's side as well.
Introducing the challenger from the Garden of Eden, the evil within, Rex and Tessa. And her opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, TAMMY.
I'm telling you, that bloody handprint on her outfit, it makes you wonder, does she put fresh blood on it every single time or not? So here we go, light heavyweight championship on the line. And really, Tammy right now kind of going the way of Ozzy, to be fair. Ozzy, for the longest time, probably for the first 3 seasons, was never in a match that didn't have a title on the line, mainly because she was defending the title or had a clause where she can challenge for the title. Oddly enough, does anybody remember the lady who not only defeated Ozzy for the world title, but defended the belt and broke the streak of Ozzy in World Championship matches. I'll tell you right now, that lady is in the chat. I am so glad they fixed that animation finally. But Tammy now getting started, and again, you gotta know that Tammy probably scouted this out. Tammy had to have scouted this out and knows that if Repentia gets on a roll, it'll be hard to stop her. Yeah, it's Witcher. Witcher was the one that finally broke the world champion streak of Ozzy. Really, that's awesome. You might be the first ballet dancer wrestler that we've had on the channel, for sure. You might be the first dancer on the channel, to be fair. But yeah, very cool, very talented. Takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Oh, here we go, letting the elbows go. And look at the absolute violence of Repentia. And this is what I'm talking about. If she gets it rolling, you got to watch out. Once she gets on a roll, it is hard to stop what she will be doing. But the champion, she is our champion for a reason. But that showed a lot of discipline, staying inside. Maybe this is part of the ballerina background, but staying inside the ring, not chasing Tammy on the outside. We know the bikers will take on more of your bar-type fighters, more of the tough people, so you might not want to chase them exactly out of the ring. And look at this. Tammy trying to make the comeback right now. She was in control. Repentia then took control of the match, and now Tammy trying to get that turned around. And as all the women's division knows, you also can't let Tammy get on a roll. Tammy grabs her right there. This is her finisher. Is she going to be able to hold on? Repentia trying to fight out of it, but Tammy steps back real quick and looks like she's going to try to do it again. No, gets her in the other. Can Repentia hold on? No, finally taps out, but again, that is a valiant effort. Starting to see more of Repentia start to come through.
WCW Light Heavyweight Champion Tammy.
But you absolutely can see why the bikers wanted Tammy in their faction, wanted Sawyer in their faction. So very interesting. But now we have two ballers, Sarah and Repentia. Makes sense. That makes sense. They are a tag team. So here we go. This is the match of all matches that I have been waiting for. Not only do we have Jahki making his debut in WCW, so the second debut of the night. We've seen Melinda Guttierez. We have seen Repentia and Sarah as previously. Now we are going to see Jahki. But this is a four-way table elimination match. You want to talk about a brutal match? You're about to see one right now. We have tested this multiple times, and every time it is brutal. So, the only way to win this match is to put your opponent through a table. That's what a table match is.
Following contest is a fatal four-way table smash. Making his way to the ring from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 215 pounds, Jahki.
Yeah, Jahki said, as long as I can have Witcher by my side, I want to make a debut in the WCW. So we'll work on that. We're not quite there yet, but Jahki making his debut right now in WCW. And I love JP. I'll let you guys guess which one is the genius that JP is talking about. Wow. Hey, that takes a lot of body control. Any of the dancing really takes a lot of body control. I was a pretty good dancer when I was younger, not now. Well, unless you're talking about 2-stepping, 3-stepping waltzing, I'm your guy. But yeah, but I mean, it takes a lot of body control and a lot of, like, it's just amazing. A lot of work goes into that. So hats off to both of you.
And his opponents, first, representing the Four Horsemen from Montgomery, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Bama Boy.
Repentia fit right in with this crowd. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I mean by master crafted. So those two moves being done back to back, if she would have did her finisher on Repentia right away, it wouldn't have worked. Instead, she puts her in a different submission hold that works on the same body part and then lets her up, hits her one more time, and then goes right into her finishing submission move. So absolutely genius. So, but it takes a couple times of seeing seeing how the wrestlers will do their movesets and put their movesets together.
From Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 269 pounds,
I can I set the AI sliders and I do all of the stuff. And you still have to watch these guys and what they do. It matters. It's not just about the moves. It matters at what position you've got the moves in. It matters if they're the lights or the heavies. It matters if it's a running or a grapple. It all matters. So it takes a little bit of time. It takes probably 10 matches for me to dial it in. You know, you look at like Totes, you look at digital. Let's look at digital. That's even the better one. Digital, for the longest time, I couldn't figure it out, and then we finally figured it out. I've not changed one of his moves. It's an AI slider position that I changed to make it wrestle like his moveset should be. So we got the moveset, we got the AI sliders, we got the game sliders. It all plays together. So definitely, Solo calls it
representing the Judgment Day from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighing in at 193 pounds, JP.
Calls it algorithmic wrestling. And it makes sense, like it does. But, you know, we look at a lot of these things and we look at a lot of the different stuff. We look at Temple Plays universe. We look at Solo Seasons universe. We look at Blaze's universe. We look at R2K's universe. We look at our universe. I think these universes, a lot of times, well, almost all the time, are more interesting to us than the WWE, the AEW, all the other stuff. It's getting better again. AEW was better, and then it's now, I think it's getting worse, to be fair. But the WWE, I think, is getting better at the storytelling. But the storytelling that we can do here, even though we're limited, is way, way better. And I think people are more involved. People are more invested. I'm more invested in all these characters than I am now in any real-life character that's out there. I just am. Like, I care what happens with JP. I care what happens with Repentia. I care what happens with all the wrestlers. Now, we can't always win, but if we can go out and put on banger shows, if we can go out and put on, help other wrestlers get over, then sometimes we're getting over and we're doing the things. Like, as long as we can put on great shows, to me, that's what matters the most. But Jahki right there making his debut, the WCW current world champion, Jay Savage, the leader of the Syndicate, and JP. Now the Judgment Day facing extermination, facing absolute extermination, not in this match, but coming up. Next time we enter the Wrestle War ring, they will have a shot to get out of that, and then they'll have one more shot. The Bikers, down to their last shot, will face the loser of the match between Team Dragunov and the Judgment Day. How crazy would that be? I mean, it would drive home the point of how important Wrestling Wars is, and we will see Wrestling Wars happen every so often. This is the very first one, so... And I don't know about you guys, but regardless of any of the outcomes, I'm having a lot of fun with what's going on there. And then coming right out of King and Queen of the Ring, so absolutely crazy. So Jay Savage and JP in the center, Jahki and Bama on the outside. And guys, here's the other thing. It is not easy to beat any of our champions by design. The title belts give you a boost. The main title belts, the WCW title belts, the Universal title belts, give you a residual boost. So it absolutely matters winning championships and defending them. Now, there's a cap to the residual effects, but it still matters. Jay Savage and Bama on the outside. Jahki going for Lucille. Look at the state of that. I have never seen that one before. JP almost landing it on all three, and look at that. A double team by Bama and Jahki taking Jay Savage right on the table. And the bad part of the table is turned over, so landing right on there. Savage not having it, though. And for those that don't know, Jay Savage is Solo Season Universe. He is the creator of that. So go check out that channel. It is not for the faint at heart. And this is another thing that you got to kind of wonder about. Another thing that you got to be watching. The WCW World Champion is in this match. So how these guys do. And look, JP takes another huge risk, and that is JP's game. Ends up hitting the world champion, catching him riding dirty. Jay Savage gets a Hurricane Rana in, and then on the way by, punches JP in the side of the head. And look, I'm telling you, it is absolute. This is just the start of it, but this is just a brutal match. To win this match, to come out of this match as the winner, is going to take everything you got. And these are, to be fair, these are the kind of matches that JP typically thrives in. For some reason, the one-on-one match is not, like, he wins them, but not really the thing. But you get him in these chaotic matches, and his head is on a swivel. He knows what he's doing. Look at Jay Savage in the middle of the ring, taking some time to get a swerve on. get the crowd into it. And Jahki and JP going back and forth. Now look, there is no tags. There is no pins. There is no submissions. There is only you putting somebody through a table. And look at that, Jahki getting them set up. Oh! What in the heck was that? Didn't even think it was possible, but Jahki must have known it was possible. Does the Samoan spike to JP. JP flies back and ends up going through the table. Now JP was dominating this match, and in one move, Jahki sends him through that table and now out, so now down to a three-way match. World champion now going for the table. Getting it set up. He sets it up, but Savage gets him. Is he going to be able to get him through? There is only table. Yeah, it's funny. In Solo Season Universe, me and JP go back and forth talking trash, so JP absolutely understands it. Oh! Coast to coast, right upside the head. Jahki sitting over there just taking a break, it looks like. Now, the world champion looks like he's going to get him. Is he? And puts Savage through the table. Jahki absolutely stunned by what just happened, but also realizes they need more tables. We need more tables on aisle 1, more tables on aisle 1. We also need a cleanup because there is tables everywhere, chairs everywhere, kendo sticks, barbed wire wrapped bats, but it is now down to Jahki and Bama to see who is going to win the very first four-way table elimination match. Bama now going up underneath the ring and realizing what the mission at hand is, and that mission is putting somebody through a table. Look at the absolute carnage in the ring. Bama's like, hey, let me get him out of here. Thought he was going to use that time to set up the table, but does not. But it doesn't matter either way you look at it. Oh, trying to hit him maybe with the roll tide. Doesn't. Hits him with the submission instead. But again, Jahki can tap out if he wants. It does not matter. Bama can tap out. They can pin each other. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is table. So Bama now looking, well, I thought was looking like he was going to do something. Throws the what if he, oh, that would have been crazy. What if he throws the table on top of Jahki, he frog splashes Jahki, but sends himself through the table and loses the match? Jahki going for the knee, Bama side ducks it and throws him out of the ring. Still, we got a table. I think Bama realizes, he's like, we got to set this thing up somehow. At some point, this table's got to get set up. And now it is. So the next one to go through a table, but look at this. Ends up spearing him, and Jahki gets back inside the ring. Looks like he's going for the bat. He has tried to hit people with this bat multiple times. Is it going to pay off right now? Splits the world champion wide open. And getting after him with the bat. This match wouldn't be this match if there was no blood involved. And now there's plenty of blood involved. The blood running down our champion's face, Jahki. Look, Bama's like, let me get this baseball bat too. Let me try something. Jahki not wanting it though. Oh, hits him with it. Hits him with the old wolf tamer right there. Rolls Bama into the ring. Table goes down now, going after this table. Is he going to find a way? Is he going to be able to do it? Can he put him through the table? Apparently not. What is going on, Vipiro? Welcome to the stream, brother. You look at Vipiro, Andrew Dubs, Jahki, R2K, Jay Savage, all coming, like all in solo season universe, along with Witcher. Like, so there is stuff probably going on in the chat right now where you guys are like, what? Now, while the guitar is made out of wood, that is not the thing that needs to end it. Jahki now looking like he is getting ready to try to put him through this table. But really working on the legs of Bama right now. You know, like his finishers typically have to do with his legs. His legs are the things that get it started. So Jahki wisely going after the legs. And who is going to be? Jahki has put somebody through a table. Bama has put somebody through a table. But which one of them is going to put the other through a table? Grabs the garbage can. Looking like he's going to get ready to take out the trash. Which is nice because there is a lot of trash in the ring right now. You see the guitars, you see the broken tables. We are definitely going to need a cleanup. Jahki looking to maybe clean it up. Throws it to Bama. Bama no-sells the trash can though. And now Bama, I wonder if he sees where the table is set up. Bama now grabbing the trash can, but unable to put him through it. Jahki going. Famouser didn't even know her, so hits him with this. Hits him with that. Bama rolling out of the ring. Jahki following Bama. That is exactly what a horseman would want him to do. Goes and now going after Jahki. Picks him up again. And again, it doesn't matter. They could tap, they could not tap. It doesn't even matter. But Bama probably not liking the fact that he's been split open now. Going back underneath. Gets a guitar of his own. And he thinks one good guitar shot deserves another. So a couple riffs getting played on the old git fiddle there. And look, there's just things everywhere. Tables falling out of the ring, broken tables in the ring. Like it is on another level. Oh, that is funny. I play XCOM 2 as well. It's on PlayStation. Well, XCOM 2 is on PlayStation, and it plays a lot like XCOM 1, so definitely worth checking out. So here we go, another chair. Bama absolutely out on his feet. You can start to see it looks like maybe Looks like maybe the blood. Jahki getting fired up, but again, you got to put your opponent through the table and look at the blood. Now, just anywhere Bama goes, there is blood being laid out on the ground. I told you it was a brutal match, and it is. Oh. Is it Bama's blood or Jahki or both? Maybe Bama. Gotta be Bama. But now, can Bama find a way to end this right now? That is not the right area to do it in. And you can tell these guys don't just want to win. Jahki wanting to prove in his WCW debut that he deserves a shot at the world title. Very smart move on his part. Has the world champion in the ring. Bama has been on a little bit of a losing streak and wanting to prove that that has been a mistake. So Jahki tapping out, but again, doesn't matter. Bama got blood running down his face. Got blood running down. Oh! Oh! What was that? Hits Jahki with the flame, and look at all the blood. Like it is, I promised you a brutal match, and you are definitely getting it. But which one of them is going to go after the table? Did Bama finally see where this table was at? And these guys are on another level right now. There is blood all over the ring. I don't even know how Bama is still continuing the fight. Hits him with the trash can. Hits him with the feet, picking him up. But again, we know one thing. It is only the table that could end this match. And look at this, Jahki in the same boat. Now we don't even know whose blood is who anymore. Blood everywhere. But you want to talk about a memorable debut match. You're looking at it right now. Can one of them find a way to get... We have never seen a match this brutal, to be fair. When is one of them going to realize that they have got to find a way to put an end to whatever is going on? And it looks like right now, Jahki going after it. Can he get it done? And he does. Jahki winning the most brutal match we have ever seen in WCW. Holy Moses, look at the carnage in the ring. Tables broken everywhere, chairs busted up, kendo sticks, guitar shots, blood running down everything, blood's going everywhere, trash can all jacked up. Clean up on aisle 2, clean up on aisle 2, that is what we need, but congrats to Jahki winning his very first, and again now really kind of making a statement that maybe he needs to be in a title picture here soon. Man, Solo, I really appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. Guys, again, you guys have heard me say it about 6 times, but if you haven't done it, there is Solo. Go check out his channel. subscribe, support, do the thing. Tell them Totes sent you over there. So here we go. We have seen Eagle Star lose this championship to Agent Destin. Agent Destin then loses it to Zack Hamilton. And now Zack Hamilton of the Syndicate getting a shot in his very first title defense.
Is scheduled for one fall, and is for the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship.
And his very first title defense, going and defending it against one of the greatest light heavyweight champions we have seen. Now, Eagle has been on about a 4 or 5 match losing streak. Can he turn it around right now? Can Stella get his groove back? Can he get his mojo back right here and bring this title home? We're going to see the Horsemen also in 2 more title matches. So the Horsemen could take a big hit here tonight, or they could even gain some more ground moving forward. Yeah, there's a lot of you that are over in Solo's universe. It's a very interesting universe. It's a comment-driven wrestling show. And again, not for the faint of heart, but it's a great show. And his show is controlled by the comment section. It is controlled by you, the seasoned few. But again, algorithmic wrestling. You see it here in this show. You see it in Blaze's show. Blaze does it quite a bit different than me and him. We do it a little bit different, but absolutely banger shows. So go check them out. A lot of fun to watch. A lot of fun to be a part of when I was a part of them. But I will always be in that comment section supporting. So go check it out. Very cool to see. So here we go. Zack Hamilton, the current light heavyweight champion and newest Syndicate member, making his way down to the ring right now. Going to put that title belt on the line against a member of the 4 Horsemen, Eagle Star. You know what's funny though, JP? That's like not even, that is you. What is going on? Zack, welcome to the stream, brother. It's funny though, like you could call the Horsemen good guys, you could call them bad guys. They don't care which way you want to call it. They're like your hero / anti-hero faction. They're out for one thing, and that's to win. They don't even care how it gets done. They're not going to go out of their way to cheat, but if they have to, they will. They don't care. So it's one of it's one of the most complex factions that you've ever seen in your lifetime.
Introducing the challenger from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Eagle Starman. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 200 pounds, the WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, the Great Zack Hamilton.
Zack Hamilton absolutely on another level with this Syndicate outfit, but getting ready to put the Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. Is he going to be able to defend it? This is his first title defense because of all the other things that have been going on. The light heavyweight title on the men's side not being defended as much as it should. And I'm telling you, one of the most badass belts you're ever going to see. If you want to download any of the titles, if you want to download any of the created wrestlers, go use hashtag Totes. That's hashtag TOTES. Join our Discord. I've got that pinned up at the top. That link is only good for so long. So I put it in every single one of our chats when I remember to do it. I tried to make it sound cooler than it was, but yeah, when I remembered to do it. And go join the chat, the Discord. We're a lot more chilled. I take your guys' input, and I try to work that into storylines when I can, but we have a lot of storylines going on. I'm not even kidding you. For those who have never seen me do this, this is a few of the books, a few of the things. Like there's a lot of, I've got clipboards, I've got books. There's a lot of things that we do. I've got spreadsheets. That's why I want to do kind of a new show and show some of the stuff that we do. I'd like to do a talk show with Solo, Jay Savage, but kind of do a talk show, go over the stuff. We do things very different. It's very interesting, I think. And talk through that kind of thing. Talk real wrestling, talk algorithmic wrestling. Talk about RE federations, how they differ. Bring Blaze on when he can do it. Talk about how the stuff differs. Maybe bring on Temple Plays. Just the R2K. Just talk about how some of the things differ. Whoa! Now you want to talk about the way some of these things differ. One of the things that you really got to pay attention to is you've got Zack Hamilton, who wrestles a certain way, and you got Eagle Star. Both of them, while they're light heavyweights, both very different styles. Eagle is like the powerhouse of the cruiser / heavyweight division. Zack Hamilton, more of your high flyer. Pulling off moves like this. So while Eagle needs to land fewer moves, Zack Hamilton has a lot of his moves that will string together to cause the same effect and keep him more in control of the match. But he's got these other moves, really high risk, high reward. Now grabs the leg, 1, 2. And Eagles start kicking out in 2, so back and forth they go, round and round. Eagle ducks that, hits Zack right in the old scunion. And if you haven't noticed, scunion is a word that is used in all 141 of our episodes. I dare you to find an episode it wasn't used in. Look at this. This is the brand new submission hold from Eagle that he has been trying out. And Eagle, in true horseman fashion, letting the crowd know at an appropriate time what time it is. Horseman time. And we have a brand new, I look down to look at a stat, we have a brand new men's WCW light.
And new WCW light heavyweight champion, the Eagle Starman.
Now, what's funny about that? What's funny about that? I say new, but let's not make any mistake about it. Eagle is the only 2-time champion, and Eagle just became the only 3-time WCW men's light heavyweight champion. Now, that's part of it. Yeah, I know Zack is not going to be happy about that. But right now, rated R2K making his debut in a title match. Making his debut against a member of the Four Horsemen, the Enforcer Rowdy Hunt, who is the current and longest reigning men's WCW television champion. So, going to be very interesting to see in the debut match. Can rated R2K bring it in to Rowdy's reign?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW World Television Championship.
Or is Rowdy going to continue that reign and extend the record of the television title? Right now it is sitting at 6. Can he make it 7? About to find out. Rowdy might have beat the short-term memory out of Jaden. Yeah, and then you look at Sped, also had a great match. Scoring a lot of points for the new blood, but still ended up getting eliminated. Look at the state of this guy. What? He's dressed nice, though. He's got horseman potential. Rated R2K making his way down to the ring right now. And quite the outfit. Hey, they always say in an interview, dress for the job that you want, not the job that you're interviewing for. It looks like he is dressed for the title that he wants. But Rated R2K now making his WCW debut against the current WCW World Television Champion. Title is on the line. Men's television title typically fought for on Nitro. Women's television title typically fought for on Thunder, but some weird stuff has been going on, but we're trying to get back at least onto that schedule. But with the Wrestling War stuff, it has kind of jacked up some things, but Rowdy now trying to get things back on the right schedule, has defended this title 6 times. And it is almost a who's who of wrestling. Has defended it against GC Rock, Digital Dogs, Andrew Dubbs, Dragonoff, Recon Delta, Zack Hamilton, Drew Hawthorne, and now the debuting Rated R2K. I love that Sentinel. I love it. Even on Rowdy's jacket, it says the devil whispered, "I'm coming for you." Rowdy asked him to bring pizza. That's what we're talking about. You guys can use whatever language you want to use. I don't even know what Streamlabs is talking about. What is going on, Agent Destin? Welcome to the stream, brother.
From Jersey City, New Jersey, weighing in at 224 pounds, the Violator, RTK. And his opponent, from the nearest nightclub, weighing in at 304 pounds, the WCW World Television Champion, Rowdy.
It is really crazy, though. You are going to see that we have so many wrestlers now, and active wrestlers in our universe, it's going to be hard to get them in every even 3 shows. Like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens for sure. A lot of stuff, which means a lot of storylines, which means a lot of small storylines, the big storylines, the medium-sized, just a lot of and a lot of them going on all at the same time. Rated R2K getting off to a quick start against our champ and kind of bringing a different style maybe than he was used to now. Typically, Rowdy able to scout out his opponent, but no film in the WCW on R2K, so unable to really do any scouting. So this is going to be maybe one of the tougher matches for Rowdy. Kind of coming in here blind, but the one thing we know about this, the one thing we know about Rowdy is this is the worst town Rowdy's ever been in. And a 1 count, but look at this. BFAB throwing in the kendo stick. Charles Robinson blind as ever. Doesn't see it coming. Rowdy trying to get some reps in right here. Might not have been able to get him in the ring. And R2K being a great teammate, you know, being a fellow WCW wrestler is like, hey, let me help you out here, Rowdy. Just one time, though. Not going to do it a bunch, but let me help you out one time. Rowdy setting up for it. Hits him, and now rated R2K on the ground on the outside of the ring. Rowdy going after him. And we got to say this because there's a title belt on the line. You can win the match by countout, but you can't. The title will not change hands. So even if Rowdy loses on the outside, he still will retain the television champion despite what the game says. The game won't even do it. They'll say, but they won't do it. Now, we know this. Rowdy has won many a match by countout. He has no problem doing that. Rated R2K realizing what's going on, and this is exactly what I was talking about, but Rowdy finds a way, sneaks in. I don't think R2K even thought he was going to be able to do it. But somehow Rowdy makes it back into the ring, which is great. The match will go on. Rated R2K starting to fight through it. But look, this is the thing with Rowdy, and this is why he's been the champion for so long. Rowdy has got moves, and it doesn't take many. A lot of power packed behind those moves. But rated R2K, different style wrestler for being the size that he is. Rated R2K setting up Rowdy. And now him and BFAB talking it out. Rowdy, though, uses that. And that is the first time we have ever seen BFAB really get involved. Charles Robinson also involved. Probably looked like he was doing more talking to Charles Robinson, but he was also talking right over his shoulder, but talking both ways. Rowdy, seeing the distraction happen, though, uses that to his advantage. And R2K now needing to fight through this, needing to find a way to not let Rowdy get in one of his 2 finishers. Rowdy now stomping it out. And remember, Rowdy has got a finisher called the Rowdy Recliner. And you can see him working on that midsection right there. R2K, though, being able, knowing, having already been able to scout out Rowdy, knows what's going on. Rowdy unable to get him on the ground, but this, oh, that might have been it. R2K got outside of the ring because being thrown into the ropes, rebounding off, is the setup for the Rowdy. Bowdy, but R2K knowing that, grabbed the rope and jumped to the outside. May have just saved himself right there. But a big slam, and Rowdy setting up his finisher on the outside of the ring. And there it is, Rowdy, Bowdy, but you cannot win. There is no pins anywhere. R2K needing to get back into the ring, but needing to get Rowdy into the ring as well. Is he going to jump out? Oh, and one more time. Round and round they go. And there it is, Rowdy, Bowdy. This might be it. 1, 2, 3. And Rowdy goes on to retain the WCW Television Championship.
Here is your winner, and still WCW World Television Champion, Rowdy Totes.
Now, make no mistake about it, most of these title defenses, Rowdy, until the last one, hasn't been pushed that hard. Rated R2K, though, going to be a tough opponent here in the WCW moving forward. Took Rowdy absolutely to the limits, but Rowdy ends up coming through and retaining the World Television Championship. But that is going to move us I like how JP can lose a match, but he's still. Oh, I see what JP is saying. He ain't talking smack. He's like, hey, come over to the Judgment Day. Come over to the dark side. We can help you out. Interesting. Thought JP was talking the smack, but he's not. Now that brings us to our final match of the evening. The main event, Digital Dogs getting his shot for the very first time at the WCW $1 Million Universal Championship. That is huge. If Digital can find a way to win here tonight, if Digital can find a way to stop the streak that Totes has been on, Digital will immediately throw his hat into the Universal picture, and to the victor goes the spoils.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal $1 Million Championship.
So you see Digital Dogs now coming down to the ring, the current WCW Hardcore Champion, but coming down with the newest member of the Bikers, Sawyer. Now, these guys weren't able to get out of the bad thing, but they got one more shot to hold the Bikers together. Are they going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to hold them together? We're going to find out, but who's going to be? It could be the Judgment Day, and if it comes down to the Judgment Day and the Bikers, going to be very, very interesting. You know what I mean? There is still a shot that an actual faction won't be eliminated, but Team Dragunov, still playing the spoilers, will have to do that. The back of Totes' jacket says, the devil says, there's a storm coming, and Totes whispered back, I am the storm. So just ask Totes, if you try him, he'll make you famous. And getting ready to put the Universal $1 Million Championship on the line. He has defended that a record 7 times. He has defended it twice against Paul the Thing, Dominic Mysterio, Sting, Bret Hart, Goldberg, Robbo, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan just a couple of episodes ago. But tonight, really going up against a much larger wrestler than him in Digital Dogs. Will he be able to extend that streak here tonight to 8, or is Digital going to take this opportunity and step into the Universal title picture?
Weighing in at 382 pounds, the WCW Hardcore Champion, the Dog. And his opponent from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 258 pounds, the Universal $1 Million Champion and the WCW United States Champion, Frankie the Reaper Fingers.
Yeah, it's funny, R2K. Like, it's a lot more chill here. Like, we have fun in the comments, but everybody in the comments realize it's all in jest. I take people's suggestions and then we turn them into something. I don't know. If he's saying both you boys are pretty, gotta like that. But here we go. Totes unable, like, look, he has defended the U.S. title record 11 times, which we know he's got. He has also defended, at the exact same time, the Universal title a record 7 times. That means 18 straight title defenses. He has not been able to be beat. Can Digital Dogs end that streak right here tonight? Digital off to a great start right now. And rarely do you see Digital play it up to the crowd anymore, but he did, and Totes up in a quickness, trying to take advantage of that. Digital, a much larger wrestler, so it's not going to be easy. It's not like Totes can just get in the normal offense, do the thing, smash a couple heads, and then be out of here. Totes in for a fight now, going after the back, going after the arms, going after the upper body and the head of Digital. Sawyer there trying to get Digital, saying the words of encouragement, trying to get him up off the ground. Totes whips him into the corner. Gets him, and a swinging neck breaker. Grabs the leg. 1. And both of the men had to know it's probably a little bit too early for all of that. What? Totes jumps up, actually hits Digital with a missile dropkick. Digital doesn't go down and uses that to turn it around, and Totes absolutely taking some punishment. Those right hands sound like a ton of bricks hitting the scunion of Totes McGotes. But remember, Totes has that hard head style. The head probably not the place to hit Totes. And look, Totes already back up, whips Digital into the corner. Throws him in. Whoop. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Ring around the posies. Pocket full of posies. Now, can Digital see what Sawyer did? Sawyer removing that top turnbuckle pad. I'll tell you who doesn't see it. Charles Robinson. And here we go. We might have a brand new WCW Universal Champion. Grabs the leg. 2. And Totes McGotes finds a way to kick out. I can't even believe it. Thought we had a new champion. Digital looked like he thought we had a new champion. Charles Robinson no longer paying attention, trying to get the things back in. Digital trying to take a quick breather here. Totes says, hey, while you're there. Hits him again, and what? Does the old footsie maneuver on him, grabs him, hits him now with the DDT, grabs the leg. 1, 2, and Digital kick it out in 2, but we know what typically happens. That is usually the prelude to the extraction, but Digital, having scouted that out, realizes that 2, rolls himself out of the ring. Totes went to grab him with the extraction. Digital stops it, whips him into the ropes. Totes now fighting through it. Whips Digital into the corner. Hits him with the splash. And Digital, understanding what is going on, gets it turned back around. Totes fights through it, takes out the knee. Typical Horseman stuff right there. Getting back to work. Can Totes find a way to get this in? Or can Digital keep fighting through it? Oh, look at that exposed turnbuckle pad. Scarlett taking that top off. That top turnbuckle pad off. Don't get too excited about that, boys. Taking off the top turnbuckle pad. Or ladies, like either way, I guess. Who am I to say? And Totes right back to working on Digital. Really trying to slow it down, it looks like. Look at this. Sawyer and Totes now talking back and forth. Totes saying, what are you talking about? Digital still on the ground. Totes says, hey, you keep screwing around, I'll take you out of the ring. But Totes sees Digital getting back up, trying to keep the eye on the prize. Here it is, the extraction. Is this gonna do it? Grabs the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Totes McGotes will retain the Universal $1 Million Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal $1 Million Champion, Frankie the Reaper Fingers.
I gotta be honest, when Sawyer was over there talking to Totes and telling him, giving him the old what for, I thought he was gonna be able to get up off the ground and then take it to town. I thought that was going to be the mistake. We have never seen Totes get sidetracked by a manager like that before, but we saw it right there, and that was almost the end. Digital coming this close to winning the Universal $1 Million title, but I think what that does, after putting on a show like that, after putting on a performance like that, that might move him in to the Universal title talks. He is already a WCW Hardcore Champion. Maybe he starts moving up. Obviously, he has to defend his title, but maybe he moves up into the television division. We'll have to wait and see. But guys, a lot of debuts here tonight. 3 debuts. Melinda Guttierez. I keep that's my accent though. But Melinda Guttierez. You know what I'm saying. Hey, what is going on, Sly? Welcome to the stream. But Melinda making her debut. There we go. Rated R2K making his debut, and Jahki all making their debut here in the WCW. We will have one more show that has nothing to do with Wrestle Wars. Why we let it all reset. We are now down to 8 women's teams and 8 men's teams. The women will be joining the men in Wrestle Wars moving forward. And the very next Monday Nitro will start round 3. Guys, I appreciate everything you do. Love all you guys out there. It has been an amazing show. It's amazing getting to hang out with you. Thank you for everybody in the comments section, for everybody out doing the thing. I don't know if you noticed, right over this shoulder right here, we just added a new thing here tonight. Just showing the thing real quick. Look at that. The old game room thing going on. There is a title belt right behind me. But I appreciate everything that you guys have done. I appreciate all the support, all the love. It really goes a long way. I love that you guys support each other. Guys, go check out McWayne's channel as well. Herbie, welcome to the stream, brother. McWayne, welcome to the stream. But appreciate everything that all of you guys are doing all the time. It is you guys that are growing the channel. It is you guys that are growing the community and making the community worth coming to, making the community worth being in, and having a lot of fun doing it. We are down to only really one spot. We have 2 spots, but I'd like to leave 1 spot open to help other people create their cause. I would love to get back into doing creator streams, but some of the storylines that we've been doing have not allowed me to do that because you'll see what's going on. And I don't want you to see what's going on necessarily. But hopefully we can get back to doing it soon. And I love all you guys, and we'll catch all of you in the next one. Peace.